Morning, guys.
How are you doing?
Hey, well, thanks.
So first things first, what documents does a person need to have with them when applying for car finance?
It's a good question. So when applying for finance, you need to bring your proof of address. That is for FICA purposes. So a proof of address is, for example, your rates and taxes statement, anything that proves that where you stay. So you can't bring a document with your postal address, for example. It needs to have your home address on, and it must be in your name. So, for example, if you live with your parents still, then your folks need to give you a letter to say that you stay at that address, and then that attached with their water and lights statement.
Does it need to be certified?
No, it doesn't need to be certified. Okay. It must just be the original document.
Okay, I see.
Then, very importantly as well, you need to bring your proof of income. Now, that could be, for example, if you're a salaried worker, your payslip. For example, if you're a self-employed person or if you're a contractor, you need to bring 3 months bank statements. And for example, if it's a small business, then you need to bring your financial statements, your most recent financial statements. Right. And then obviously your driver's license and your ID document as well.
Now, do they need to have other shopping accounts active for a few months before applying for the finance? Or does this help? Does it hinder the credit rating? How does it actually work?
Well, if you have accounts that are open, it does help, but these accounts need to be in good standing. So you need to have made your payments every month, and they mustn't be in arrears, or you mustn't have skipped payments. Also, you mustn't have too many accounts, because that could also show that you are over indebted, and that could hinder your application. So you need to have a good balance, but having a good credit history with good credit standing is always in your favor.
Now, how long do they need to have been employed before applying for the loan?
So you can actually, if you're a salaried worker, on your very first payslip, you can come and apply for finance. But it's a little bit broader than that. So we need to look at the person's your credit profile, and that means to validate your income. But then also we look at other things like if you own a house, or if you've been with the company where you work for more than a few years, or if you're married, it shows that you are stable. So we look at about 150 different characteristics of the individual when we assess the credit profile. So we don't look at one of these things in isolation.
Oh, I see. Now, what if they apply for finance through more than one dealership? Because sometimes people think, let me just apply as many times as possible. Yeah,
so that in that case, it doesn't count against you. But when one look at the applicant's credit history, and we see that this person applies 5 times a month for the past 8 or 9 months for finance, or for different kinds of loans, then we know this person is almost like living on credit. And that would reflect poorly on the application.
Oh, I see. Now, is it better to try out an extension on your home loan or personal loan rather than a specific car loan?
I always say you need to take out the type of loan for what you want to do with it. So if you want to have if you want to buy a house, you take out a home loan. Yeah. If you want to do something, you need just quickly cash, then you take out a personal loan. And if you want to buy a car, you take out a proper car loan. Because if you buy a car on your house loan, then you pay that amount off over 10 or 15 years. So you can just imagine how much interest you pay over that period of time.
100%.
And if you opt for a personal loan, a personal loan, the interest rate on that can be anything between 20 and 30%, which is very high. So you actually shoot yourself in the foot by taking another kind of a loan when you want to buy a car.
Very great advice once again, Rudolf. We're speaking to Rudolf, the head of research from WesBank, in the studio. Thanks again for coming through.
Thanks, guys.